What is your goal this year? Can you hit what you want to hit without aiming? That's what we're going to dig into with this month's MSP. What are goals? Do we need them? And why do they matter? Can we hit what we're actually trying to hit without aiming? It's a practical question that can be applied to a lot of different circumstances. Even just shooting at a target. If I don't know how to aim and I don't know the principles and I don't know the techniques to be able to get me there, I'm gonna have a really hard time hitting my target. And that's why we're talking about goals. Not only are we starting a new year, but we're resetting that mind all the time on what are my goals? Can you actually progress without actually creating a target or actually creating a goal in the first place? I would argue that you wouldn't. I would argue that you're not going to make progress, especially when we know that there's an actual emotional reaction, there's an emotional response, a chemical reaction in your body that produces positive results when you're moving closer towards your goal. The whole idea is to pre-connect the end before you even start. And what I mean by that is it's visualization. It's the visualization of the idea of something that excites you so much that it instantly makes you better. That's what a real goal is. A goal that makes you uncomfortable. A goal that pushes you. A goal that excites you. You know, I would really not suggest having goals that don't motivate you to move towards them, right? And there are things that we have to do. There are things that are necessary in our lives, and we need to connect those to our why. You know, there's elements of, hey, you know, you have to do a business license to run a business. Well, I don't think that's fun. That doesn't excite me. But yet, if I do that piece, then I know that we'll have a solid structure that'll allow us to do all the other fun stuff that we want to do. Okay, so those are some of the elements that maybe you have to do those tasks. Maybe you need to accomplish those. But at the end of the day, you're going to need to pick goals in your life that move you to be a better version of yourself, that move you closer to being an asset. And I would challenge you guys to understand what those are very clearly and visualizing that now. And every time I think of a goal, I literally instantly visualize myself winning at that goal right away before I even do it. I was just talking to a good friend of mine and I was visualizing myself being overseas in a briefing. You know, the door swings open and they end up telling me, hey guys, we got to go after this high value target. This is an IED cell. They're really dangerous. They've killed a lot of people that go to try to get these guys. And, you know, a lot of bad things could happen, right? So you have all this stuff coming into your mind. The goal is to go get these guys. There's a lot of risk, even to life. Like I might not even come back from this target. I might even go back home to see my family from this target. But because of the level that we're trying to think at and how aggressive we're trying to be in obtaining our goals, there's an instant acceptance that that's actually going to happen. And actually, my brain goes so far to the point where it already does the rep, being like, all right, this is really bad. I'm going to get shot at. Things are going to go off. You know, bombs are going to blow up. But I'm going to get these guys and I'm going to come back. I might get hurt, injured. And even if I don't make it, I'm going to do everything I can to get there. So there's this instant acceptance of visualizing the win. And I would challenge you guys to do that in your own goals. So when you select the goal, when you pick the goal that excites you, I mean, it excites me to go get bad guys. That means that's one less bad guy on this earth to affect my family, to affect my 5 kids, to affect the people that I care about and the freedom that we've created. That excites me. So identify something that's going to push you, that excites you to wake up, makes you literally lose sleep. Those are the type of goals that we should be putting. We should at least have a couple of them in our lives that drive us to be better. Because we know that that positive emotion gets created. We're more healthy. We're more on point, being totally on, activating every fiber of our being that's dormant in ourselves by knowing we have a goal that excites us and seeing us progress towards it. Even if there's small wins, even if I see a small win where I get to up my weight a little bit in the gym, that's exciting. Even if it was by 2.5 pounds, I'm moving in the right direction. Yes, that's what we're talking about when we see that progress. Celebrate those small wins. Remind yourself why you decided to do that in the first place. Reconfirm that faith to that goal. And then keep moving forward. The more you do that, the more it compounds over time. Ultimately, when you identify these goals, guys, you have to apply what's actually going to get you there. And sometimes it's the stuff that's right around us. We might have these big, scary goals, and the more uncomfortable they are, the truth is, I believe that the more they'll move you towards becoming that better version of yourself. A goal that's uncomfortable already shows itself that it's going to push you in ways that you haven't known before. You're walking into an unknown. You're pushing yourself in new ways. You're stretching your brain, right? It's uncomfortable, and we've gotten so complacent, and it's so easy in today's world to distract yourself away from those. Oh, I got to check another email. Oh, I got to pick up the phone and answer this phone call. And we run around in circles, but not running towards our goal because it's uncomfortable. That's why celebrating the small wins and recommitting to that faith is so important. That's my challenge for you guys this next 4 weeks. Identify what your goals are. Write them down. Make them specific. Make it very visceral. When I say there's an acceptance of that goal, is as soon as you find something that excites you that you know you really want to do, accept that it's already going to happen and that you're doing it no matter what. Don't give yourself a way out or another option. It's already happening. Then visualize you winning and the success of that goal and the foundation that it lays for you to accomplish even more than you knew you were capable of. And once you figure that out, guys, you watch this video, write these goals down. If I look back several years ago, I have life goals, I have relationship goals, I have fitness goals, I have business goals, I think I said financial goals, but all those things matter. They are pillars, spiritual goals, goals of my faith. These things need to be written down. If I go back 7 years ago, I was sharing this with my brother the other day, I was very specific about what I said I was going to do, and it's kind of funny, I'm even getting that chemical reaction now, is I crushed every single one of those goals that I put down on a piece of paper because I was intentional about it. It mattered to me. And throughout this whole process, don't forget your why. If your goal that excites you, at least temporarily on the superficial, if it's not being put through the filter of your why and passing the sniff test, it might not be the right one. Make sure it excites you and it validates your why, and then you put those things together. Remember, I always talk about the goals that you guys create. What are you honoring? What do you honor in your life? God, my brothers, my family, my children, my wife, my friends, my teammates. I honor all that. I honor those that have gone before me. So when I pick a goal, say if I want to do a Thai fight next year, I want to compete in Thai boxing. Am I honoring those that have gone before me by doing that? 100%. I'm pushing my body physically and mentally to get to that point. I'm being an example to my children by stepping up and getting into that ring. I'm being an example to my wife that I'm going to continue to show up and protect our family with those skills. Pick something that puts those two things together. Because when you create your honor, or you know what you honor, I should say, it creates purpose. And that's where you come up with your goals and your plan and your execution. And when you pick this, guys, this next 4 weeks, you better start making steps towards it. Start small, celebrate the wins, and keep moving forward. Crush the goal, guys, of conquering your own goals and crushing your own goals. I hope you guys got something out of this video, and it's all about applying that and getting the reps in. Remember, Monday through Sunday, you're assessing and taking progress. Write down notes, and when you get to Sunday, really reflect on if you actually pulled these things in. If you go into a week and you say, you know what, I didn't really accomplish much, I didn't do much, I wasn't intentional about it, start setting parameters around doing that next week. That's why we're giving you 4 weeks to accomplish each one of these. You have to set your mind on this in order to program it appropriately. We all should have goals, and we should all be moving towards them and progressing towards them. So if we're not, what's going wrong? What's stopping us from doing that? We got to figure that out and apply it and be better next week. Everybody that's listening to this video should progress in some manner within that 2 to 4 week window and then be able to be better for it in the long run. All right, guys, crush everything, and I'll see you guys in the next video.